There's a place I'll always cherish neath the blue Atlantic skies, where the shores down in Cape Breton bids the golden sun to rise, and the fragrance of the apple blossoms praise the dew-kissed lawn, back in dear old Nova Scotia, the place where I...
Welcome back to All Outdoors Nova Scotia. I'm your host, Robert. Well, it's late June, actually the 29th today, so the month. So it's been a month, a little over a month since the garden was planted fully. The original was May 2-4 weekend. I did most of it, and then I waited and did the cucumbers, zucchini, and all that stuff the following Thursday, because I was waiting for some seeds to come in. I've also since put my transplants out. The tomatoes and the peppers are back out again. The 2 romaine lettuce that the neighbor gave me, I put out here too. I had room, so I did put them out with the tomatoes and peppers right beside each other. But since then, I've had a lot of other activities on the go. The mower was broke down, as I mentioned in a previous video, and it's took me forever to get it so I could mow. But in the meantime, I threw my back out, which was bad. I'm just now starting to really get around so that I can move a little better. This has been about 4 weeks now, and my poor garden has suffered bad. But I wanted to do a little garden update. Keep in mind, I'm in the middle of weeding now. I've got 2 or 3 rows done. I'm just trying to get caught back up since like I said, I was down with my back. I haven't been able to really get down and bend and really move, so I've been letting it go. And the poor thing suffered. Plus I had some bug issues. So things aren't doing as well this year as I'd hoped. But that's the joys of gardening in Nova Scotia. So I wanted to show you. These are my 3 main rows of cucumbers. And as you can see, they didn't fare well. The bugs, as soon as they came up, the bugs started eating them off. I've got a few, as you can see, scattered plants here and there that I did manage to save. On a good note though, my zucchini, which is this row here, has done half decent. And my squash, which over there didn't do very well. I used to have them at the other end of the garden, and I couldn't get squash to grow. I couldn't get actual squash. I got a few plants, but never did anything with them because they never actually produced any fruit. I'm hoping things will be different this year. My 2 rows of peas, I've got to get some poles in here soon. They're starting to get a little tall. As you can see, it's a disaster with the weeds. Bear in mind, I'm working on it now. As soon as I get it done, I might show you, this is before, and then I'll show you an after. My beans, same thing. The poor things didn't come up very well, and when they did come up, something ate them off. My broccoli never came up at all. Not one stick of it, nothing. We had a cold snap just after I planted, and everything got slowed up and messed up, and then my back, and so it just didn't grow well. But my beans these are my yellow beans here, and I've got a few scattered plants coming. The green beans did slightly better. I've got a few of those coming. And then my spinach isn't doing terrible. It's spotty, but it's here. Some few nice plants coming up, and then the odd little one. Swiss chard did all right, and I got some volunteer potatoes, believe it or not. This is where I planted my potatoes last year, and for some reason we must have missed a few when we harvested, because I've got some volunteer plants coming up underneath my Swiss chard. I'm not complaining, except for it's a bad spot. I've got another one here that just voluntarily came up. I didn't plant it, but all in my Swiss chard row. My carrots are, as you can see, almost non-existent. My parsnip almost like I don't even know if I got any. My turnip didn't come up. My beets are sporadic. I'm hoping to be able to save them once I get some weeding done. But they are coming. There's the odd plant here and there popping out. I can see them. 4 rows of them, so I should be able to get some. My dill, without being able to weed, it just overtook this end of the garden. Now, when I first built the garden, that half of the garden, I took the sod up by shovel, removed it completely from the garden. I was doing it all by hand. Then my brother-in-law gave me the tiller, and this half of the garden I didn't take the sod up, I just tilled it and then removed the grass. And as you can see, it produces way more weeds when you do it that way than if you take the sod up. So this half of the garden is completely overrun with weeds. I don't know. On a good note, my potatoes are absolutely loving this weather. It's been hot and dry, and as you can see, they are absolutely flourishing. Tons have grown up. They're, I'm not worried about a little bit of weeds because the canopy's so thick. I'm not worried about that at all. My corn did not, the odd piece here and there, you can see them. There's a little one here. There's a couple over right there. It's sporadic. It didn't grow well here at all. So that experiment says, nope, didn't work. Maybe next year this will get potatoes. I don't know. This was the add-on piece. So I didn't know how it was going to grow. Corn doesn't like it over here. So, and I had a problem with blue jays. The stupid things would steal my seed as fast as I could put it out. So I'm surprised I even got a few kernels to start to grow. But like I said, we had a slow cold snap there for 2 or 3 weeks after I planted, so everything got slowed up. The corn just really didn't work at all. Here's my new ace peppers. They're starting to come. There's the 2 pieces of the romaine lettuce. They were wilting bad in those buckets. I couldn't do well with them, so I brought them out here. They're starting to make a comeback. But the surprise note is my tomatoes. They're also loving this weather. I had originally thought I only managed to save 3, but I got 2 more right here that didn't die off, that I didn't have to replant. But I've got different varieties in here, all doing different things. They all seem to be growing at their own little rate here. But it's only been a month, so I'm not upset at the progress yet. I'm hoping they'll make a decent comeback and the peppers will shoot up here soon. We haven't had a lot of rain. Only the last couple of days it's been nice and it's been raining. We got some rain and things, but it's been hard for me to water with my back and hard to weed, and it's just been not a good year for me. If I'd have put the whole thing in potatoes, I'd have probably been overrun. But this is what it looks like now. I'll bring you back as soon as I get more weeded, and I'll show you the before and after. Gardening is not a guarantee. It never was, never will be. You never know how you're going to do until you do it. Last year, I had a rough year too, but the first 2 years, I got a lot of stuff. Last year got really dry here. And I couldn't lug enough water to the garden to make it do a whole lot of anything. But that is what it is, right? And this year it's been dry, but it was cold first, and then I hurt my back, so now I'm just getting things caught up here. I'll bring you back. Also, I gotta mention, I bought a new fly rod, Canadian Tire kit, called Red Wolf. It comes with the fly, the rod, the reel, line, backing, a few flies, came complete, ready to go. I've been fishing with it for a little bit. I really enjoy it, so I'm going to do a review on it here soon. Just because somebody else might be interested in a cheap, economical setup to learn. I'm not the greatest fly fisherman. I'm new, really. I fly fished years ago, and I mean years, like when I was 18. And I'm in my 50s now, so that tells you it's been a while. So I'm basically a newbie at it again. I have tied a couple flies, and they have worked. I have caught some nice fish, and hooked up a few nice fish. But I'm going to do a review on the rod if anybody else is interested in a economical setup that they can basically grab and go fishing. Yeah, so that'll be another video. Keep your eyes peeled for that. But today is the garden. I got to get it done. Work first, party after. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, welcome back. Well, it's close to 2 o'clock now. Earlier when I started, it was probably about 10:30, something to 11, weeding. So I'm calling it a day. My back was, emphasis on the word was, feeling better today, so that's why I did what I could. But I'm done for today. I'm going to pick it back up tomorrow if my back is feeling better. But I wanted to show you what I got done so far. Also, I have an earlier correction. Earlier I said it was the 29th of June. I was mistaken. It's actually the 30th. Tomorrow is Canada Day. But here's what I got done so far. There's the cucumber, zucchini, squash. Peas are done, and I added some little sticks just to help prop them up there for now. Beans are done. That broccoli row, as I said, nothing came up in it, so it's done. Down at that end, I attempted to put some more bean seed in. I got one that come up. I don't know what's going on this year, but there's my beans, what I got left of them. Green on this side, yellow on this side. Or is it reverse? No, sorry, it's reversed. That's the yellow, that's the green. And there's the spinach. I have yet to do from the spinach over. I did do, however, this row between the parsnip and the turnip, and found another rogue potato plant, as you can see. But I still have the rest of this to do. I'm going to work on it tomorrow. But for today, my back is done. I got to get in here and weed out this sunflower bed a little bit too. And I'll have to get the whipper going and do the edge here. You can't see the sticks anymore. But that's what I've got done so far. I'll keep you posted. Other than that, it's not growing terrible for only being a month in. This was my second year growing broccoli. It didn't grow good last year. It grew even worse this year. That is it. I'm done growing broccoli. I'm gonna probably pick something else to put in its place. So if you've got any good suggestions, now bear in mind, people, I'm on blood thinners, so I gotta watch my green intake, so I can't eat kale. So don't suggest kale, but give me your suggestion of something you think I should grow in the garden in place of the broccoli. The turnips grew really good last year. They didn't this year. I'm going to try them again next year just to make sure. It could be just this weather. And my carrots and parsnip grew really good last year. So I'm gonna keep those going. But let me know in the comment section what I should replace the broccoli with. I'll have an extra row, obviously. So let me know what you think I should grow, or give me a suggestion. I don't know if this dill is going to make it or not. I think I see some peeking up through the weeds, but it's really tricky. I don't know if I could save it or not. But my potatoes, like I said, they did excellent. I can't complain at all. But I think I might move those this year down to this end of the garden, or let them go out further and do my corn in another section of the garden. Obviously it didn't go well here, but it might next year. You see, this was a new piece I added on. It really wasn't ready. It was just something I threw together at spur of the moment. You guys saw it. I just tilled it, threw some seed down. It was just an experiment, and I got a few seeds to come up, but not enough that I can justify trying it again next year. Although, you never know. I might. We'll see. But, yeah, so my back is done for the day. I'm probably going to set up the sprinkler here and let the garden get a little bit of water. It was supposed to rain today and it didn't, so I'm going to let it have a little bit. It is kind of overcast, as you can see, so it might shower, but it hasn't yet. But yeah, keep me in, or let me know in the comments what you think I should grow down below there. I'm going to have an extra row, obviously. My spinach is doing really well, considering I should have planted it way earlier. Same with my Swiss chard. So I can't complain about that. But yeah, let me know. I could turn this whole thing into potatoes and have tons and tons of potatoes, but I'd never eat that many. And we like other things besides potato. Normally my beets do really well. This year they're not doing as good, but I moved them over, which I didn't. Normally I'd have them where about the Swiss chard spinach is, and they do awesome. But this year I moved them over a couple rows and they're not doing as well. Maybe it's the placement, maybe it's just the weather. But we'll see. Maybe it's just the weeds. Once I get the weeds out, maybe I'll find a lot more. But yeah, it was pretty bad. I feel bad for the poor garden. It's struggling, but I'm doing my best to help it now. If you like my videos, hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
There's a place I'll always cherish 'neath the blue Atlantic skies, where the shores down in Cape Breton bids the golden sun to rise, and the fragrance of the apple blossoms sprays the dew-kissed lawn, back in dear old Nova Scotia, a place where I